Good evening, demons and demonesses. The name's Kwame, and you're watching another episode of Satanic Panic. God Save the Queen is such a beautiful song. And for those who are unaware, God Save the Queen is the national anthem of the United Kingdom. But did you know that it's also the national anthem of New Zealand? Yes, New Zealand is one of those countries that's lucky enough to have two national anthems instead of one. Now you might be asking, Kwame, why are we talking about all this? I mean, isn't this supposed to be a metal review channel, or why are you giving us geography lessons? Well, today I thought I'd change the formula up a little bit. I want to talk to you guys about a band from New Zealand. And with the majority of my bands being, local American bands, it's time that the Satanic Panic show goes international. And like it says on the shirt, the only nation is humanity. And plus, it's only fair that I diversify my band reviews as well as expand my genre selection. But this intro has gone on long enough. Today I want to talk to you guys about the witch rock band known as Hex.
To be friends.
Hex is a band from the city of Wellington, New Zealand that has been active since 2014. It's a pagan folk band that describes itself as witch rock. Over the years, the band has successfully toured through both Australia and the United States. The band has filmed 5 music videos and has 2 albums out at the moment, one being Calling to the Universe, which was released in 2016 and features their hit song Witches of the Hex, and their second album, The Hill Temple, which was released in 2018 and features 3 hit songs, Runes Over Ruins, Sights Beyond the Line, and Billboard. Since Billboard was the first song I heard from the band, let's take a look at their video. Now I have a lot to say about Hex, this particular song, and this particular music video. But since Billboard is still fresh on our minds, let's start here. This song is a masterpiece, and to be quite honest, it's a song I'll never forget, mostly because it shares a powerful message about freedom to choose. Now, in many ways, New Zealand is going through what certain parts of the United States are going through. Laws dictating that abortion is illegal unless the pregnancy threatens the life of the person. And the anti-choice movement is so extreme that just recently a pregnant woman was charged with murder after somebody shot her in the abdomen, which resulted in her losing her fetus. Now, thankfully, these charges were dropped, but it would be, quite monstrous if she had gotten convicted. Now, I consider myself a principled libertarian in that a person should be allowed to choose whatever they want to do with their own body. And this is a position that's shared by many Satanists as well. As for the music, the band gives off a 70s rock feel, combined with the energy of a 90s punk band. You can hear this especially in Sight Beyond the Line and Runes Over Ruins, with the way the vocals and the drums were mixed. Speaking of vocals, another thing that caught my attention was the overlapping chorus in Billboard. Now, if you listen closely, the words are, "Light above and lone below, the mountain bellows silver snow, it lays like ash, a silver sash, we lay the sun until we're whole. Snowflakes overflow the mountain in the desert. We dig a hole, and with 6 hands place the sun in it." It's not often that bands do this, and some bands avoid it altogether, but Hex was able to flawlessly pull this off by singing one part on a higher octave than another. Because of this, I listened to the song Billboard on repeat 6 times because of how impressed I was with the chorus. Everything I see from this band amazes me. And from the lyrics to the makeup to the vocals and their music videos, it seems like Hex is a very fun band to listen to.
In conclusion, Hex is a band that I recommend for anyone who's interested in pagan folk rock. Now, when it comes to folk music in general, I'm a regular listener to classical folk musicians like Karen Ashbrook and Sue Richards, to, folk metal bands such as Amon Amarth and Sifrim and Frost Giant. But after listening to Hex's The Hill Temple album, I'm now on the hunt for more music like this. And if Hex, plans on returning to the United States, they're always welcome to come here, to New Jersey, or the East Coast in general. Well, that said, Hex is going to get the Satanic Panic Show rating of a 9.5 out of 10. Why? Well, I think it all goes down to the fact that Hex has basically now set my standard for witch rock, I mean, this is the first witch rock album that I've, reviewed, I've listened to, and if there's any other bands out there with a similar style, I expect them to, captivate me the same way that Hex did. So if you like them, you can watch their videos on YouTube, you can swing by their Bandcamp to buy their albums. Now, Calling of the Universe is a Name Your Price album, so feel free to be as generous as you possibly can. That's another good album. That features the song The Witches of Hex. As for the Hill Temple, you can own the digital copy for 15 New Zealand currency, which equates to about $10 in US currency if you live in the United States. Now, there's also a physical copy of that album which is released in vinyl record format. So, if you have a record player and if you decide to get the physical album, make sure you turn the record player on at night so you can hear how great this album is.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
Well, that's all I have to say right now. I'm Kwame Wahkan. Thank you for watching Satanic Panic, and like always, stay metal.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.